How great is all of that? My God, that's all last year. Well, Mortal Kombat 11, I cheated a little, but it's just such a good theme. My God. So yeah, unbelievable showing. It is a, I mean this in all earnestness, it is a privilege to be your friend and fucking terrifying to be your colleague. You raise the bar so aggressively that it is exhausting to be in the trenches, but it is a privilege because I think, I'm sure there's many of our peers out here, I think someone like you genuinely makes us be better. Just out of desperation to keep getting work, we have to be better. So for real, thank you for what you do for this art. Now, having gotten a pretty good sized sampling of your work, I posed the question to Will beforehand, in order that we can understand him better, what would be a piece of music that helped shape him that we can play? Something that was at the origin of his own kind of maturing as an artist. And so tell us what we're gonna hear and why.
Yeah, I mean, I was always into Japanese role-playing games when I was growing up. It's really what taught me how to write music in the first place. You know, back in the day, long before we had streaming or even MP3s, if you wanted to listen to your favorite piece from a video game, you had to download the MIDI file, painstakingly transcribed note by a basement-dwelling nerd. And I was one of those basement-dwelling nerds. But doing so, that's how I learned how to write music in the first place. I didn't necessarily have the classical composition education. It was more just transcribing by ear and understanding how they wrote these pieces that I loved to death and why they made the decisions they did. So if you'll indulge me, I'd love for us to play a piece from one of my favorite scores, which was Chrono.
Thank you, sir, for Will Roget.